What is going on, guys? Mr. Parisi here, and we're going to be talking about the homework for vertical and horizontal lines. Just a reminder that if you were not able to finish the homework, or if you did finish it but left some blanks, use this video to finish those problems and resubmit or submit your work on the original post for Unit 4, Lesson 8, okay? That'll get you credit for this assignment. So let's get right into it. So for number 1, it says, for each of the following, give the equation of the line shown. So it's important to know when we're talking about vertical lines, these are all going to be x equals something, okay? When we're talking about horizontal lines, these are all going to be y equals something, okay? And how we find that just by looking at the axes that it crosses through. So for number 1, it hits right here on your graph. That's crossing at x is -1. That's -1 on the x-axis, so that's going to be the line, is x is -1. Remember, vertical line goes up and down. That's my x equals. It hits on the x-axis at -1. For letter B here, looks like we're hitting up here. This time we're hitting on the y-axis, and we're a horizontal line. So again, horizontal lines are y equals because they cross through the y-axis. We're crossing through the y-axis at 4. So that's going to be the name of my line there. For letter C, this one is a vertical line. We're crossing through the x-axis, and it looks like I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That crosses through at x equals 5. You can see how easy this is when it comes to horizontal and vertical lines. Let's keep moving along here. As we get to letter D, this one, here's my line. It crosses through my x-axis right there. It looks like I'm hitting at x equals -4. I'm counting left 4, so that's a -4. Here I've got a horizontal line. It's hitting my y-axis. It's crossing right through that y-axis at y equals -1. I went down 1 to get to my line there. And my last one's another horizontal line. It crosses my y-axis, so that's why I'm starting with a y, and it's going, it hits at y equals 3. If I start at my origin and go up, 1, 2, 3, y equals 3. So very easy horizontal, vertical lines. You're just looking at where it crosses, which axes it's crossing, and you're seeing what number, what value it's crossing at. All right, we got one more question here, so we're going to go down to question number 2. It says, write the equation of the lines that fit the following descriptions. Sketch a picture if needed. A vertical line that passes through the point 4, -7. Okay, so if you need a picture, you can go ahead and draw yourself a little graph here. It's not necessary. If you know the hints from above, you won't need them, but at 4, 7, let's just see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So your point's going to be somewhere down here, and it says it's a vertical line. Boom. Well, if that's the case, I'm crossing through my axes right there at x equals 4. So that would be my equation right there. Letter B says a horizontal line that crosses through or passes through the point -2, 3. So if I wanted to draw this, I could absolutely draw out my x and y axes. I'll use a different color this time for the line. Let's use purple at -2, so -1, -2, up 3, 1, 2, 3. So my point would be here. It says it's a horizontal line. So I'm coming through, I'm crossing. Oh, looks like I'm crossing right at y equals 3. So y equals 3 would be my equation there. And again, if you make that connection, vertical lines are going to be x equals, and horizontal lines are going to be y equals. You don't even need to draw your picture. So in the next one, letter C, it says a line that's parallel to the x-axis and passes through the point -2, 15. So if I'm parallel to the x-axis, okay, my x-axis goes here. Parallel means you're never going to cross. So if I'm parallel to my x-axis, that means I've got to be running even with it, where here's my x-axis here. This is my line. They're never going to cross, right? Same distance between them all the way. So it's never going to cross. So it's a horizontal line. So let's look back here. Horizontal line, I know it's going to be y equals. Well, what's my y value that I'm working with? It's going to be 15 here. So for this picture, that picture wouldn't really have applied there. The line actually would be up here, and that's okay. So my answer is just going to be, I would have crossed up here at 15, y equals 15. Okay, and lastly, a line perpendicular to the x-axis. Well, what does it mean to be perpendicular? Perpendicular, so if parallel, this is a good time for a note on the side. Parallel means you have lines that never cross, right? Perpendicular means you meet at right angles. So two lines meet and make a right angle. So a line perpendicular to the x-axis. So again, here's my x-axis here. Here's my y-axis. I'll change my color. Okay, and we're passing through the point 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 1, so somewhere about here. So now it's got to go through that point, and it's got to be perpendicular to the x-axis. So that means I want to cut through the x-axis, make that right angle. Looks like I'm crossing right at my x of 5, so x is going to equal 5. And that is horizontal and vertical lines. I'll make one more note on the side here. Like we said, horizontal is going to be y equals, and vertical is going to be x equals. But again, if you just look and see which axes it crosses through, here I cross through my x-axis down here. Cross through my x-axis at x is 5. That's all you got to look for. All right. Have a great day. Make sure you're posting this. If you haven't already, turning it in for credit. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or question on any of the posts. Thank you and have a great day.